bad experience with them, so I'm not.
Did you really?
Yeah.
I think we tried them
terrible-
once. I think we tried them once, and then that was it. Like, we never went back.
It would not let me. Yeah, it was just not a. They wouldn't let me. It was a shared account, but it was okay to be a shared account because it was a family plan. And then they wouldn't let me watch anything because it would always say that I was in Charlotte. So I told them that and tried to get a refund, and they fought me for a month to get a refund for the last 3 months, and it's $74 fucking a month on the plan that I was on. So they fought me on it. I got it eventually, but yeah, I was like, yeah, fuck y'all after this.
That's a very expensive. That's a very expensive family plan.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like,
yeah,
how the fuck? Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Let's do it. We're gonna do it live.
Do it.
Fuck it. We're gonna do it live.
Fuck it. We'll do it live.
We'll do it live.
StreamYard, y'all got a lot of updates on this motherfucker, man. I'm gonna have to.
Did you see that waiting room? Like that, like get yourself ready.
The waiting room and the sounds has also got like you can hover for a track preview now. Y'all got a lot of shit going on, man.
Man,
what's going on? All right, man.
Incredible. Let's do it.
I forgot. I gotta warn you, motherfuckers, because I might say something raunchy out my mouth. So here we go.
This broadcast is meant for mature audiences only. Not because of age, but because we value inclusion, diversity, community, love, and laughing at ourselves. This is an independent broadcast. Everything you hear is spoken from our own perspectives as private citizens and does not reflect any employers or institutions. Also, let's be clear, we don't always have the facts. You should absolutely double check anything you hear on a podcast. Everyone gets their mics from the same place, but not their information. If that's not your vibe, we respect the exit. But if it is, buckle up and see you at the 90-Minute Monster.
Wild man, flammable. Fire got a handful. Wild man, animal. Breeze through the slam of you. Humpback, chemical. I kill, I do my own thing and do what I do. When I'm in the area, my energy will vary.
Welcome to Films in Black and White, everybody. How are you all feeling? Guys, this is a great Monday to be with y'all. It's a sheriffless podcast yet again.
Y'all in trouble.
But for the best reason
it is
ever. Shout out to my dog, to my guy, to Brian Roush
Shout out.
and Maggie Roush. 14 years of marriage. They are celebrating probably with a quiet room and a piece of cake, because they are parents of 3.
Yes.
So the quiet room, piece of cake, and just nobody asking them for shit. Or at least I hope.
Yeah. This like, I wonder, at 14 years, do you even how do you celebrate? Like the more years you stack on, what do anniversaries look like? Like, do
That's
they
a good
simplify or do they get more extravagant as time goes on? We'll have to ask Brian.
I think you try to shoot I think it starts to become like birthdays. So like Brittany and I just celebrated 15.
Oh damn, you and Brian were right around the same.
In May. Yeah. In May we celebrated 15.
Oh, congratulations. Jesus.
Thanks. And so it's I feel like I'm taking away from Brian's moment. But no, I think after a certain point in time, I think after 10, you start to focus on every 5. So then you start to say like, hey, we're going to take a trip, or hey, we're going to do something special, like something big, you blow it up a little bit. Okay. But I mean, obviously we made some house improvements. So we obviously
that's a good anniversary.
did not do anything there. Yeah. So, but we got a new fence for the yard. So there's a happy anniversary. But no, hopefully, like I said, I don't know, but I know Brian and Maggie are very much like spending quality time people. And when you have kids, you have to, even just taking a moment where they're just not around, so you can have a conversation about life is important. So let's hope that that's what they're doing. So yeah. But shout out
Maggie and Brian. Shout out happy 14 happy 14 years.
14. Man. Yeah, 14. Yeah, they're holding it down for 14. So they got to be doing something right.
Must be nice.
Marcus, you are gonna look back on this and you're gonna
No.
you'll be like, hey,
I'm gonna be the fun uncle. I've already decided, so it's fine.
no. You're gonna be an amazing husband and dad. I feel it in my bones.
Oh, thanks.
Feel it in my bones.
Birds
But
of a
you
feather.
know, that's a lot of sentimentality for the first 5 minutes of the pod.
feeling
But
it?
maybe a little bit. We have a great show for you all today. It's double
do.
trouble. So we got 2 movie trailers to take a look at together. We got 2 movies that we're going to talk about. So we're doing everything in 2s, and there's 2 of us today. So this is the Double Trouble pod, and I'm really excited about it. I was like, oh no, what's he doing? But I'm going to kick it on over to Marcus J. Destin, aka a temporary Knicks fan. Marcus,
Yeah.
how you feeling, sir?
I feel good, man. I'm here with my guy. Happy anniversary to Brian and Maggie Roush once again. The Knicks and the Spurs are playing right now, but guess what? Us common folk can't watch anything without paying for something. So, like, there it is. Everything's behind a fucking paywall. So I have to tell y'all tomorrow who won, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
But whatever, it's fine. The Knicks are playing. The Knicks are up right now as we are potting. I kind of want the Knicks to win. I just feel like I want Wemby to win because I like that Spurs team. And I like Wemby, and we know the league is going to be Wemby. It's going to belong to him very soon. However, I think I wouldn't be mad if Wemby had to wait another year because I feel like he could go back next year. And if the Knicks winning just feels bigger on the scheme of basketball as a whole, as the history of basketball.
It's
you know
been
what I mean?
so long for them.
It's been so long. Let's say 99 since the last time they played in MSG for the finals. And so and I realized there are a lot of celebrity Knicks fans. I didn't realize how many celebrity
There's
Knicks
a
fans.
lot of celebrity Knicks
There's
fans.
a lot of celebrity Knicks fans that people that ain't even from New York, I don't think, that are just fans of the Knicks. And a lot of just people that I follow are popping out as Knicks fans. And I don't think that they're like bandwagons by any means. I just think that they are Knicks fans that had no reason to celebrate before. You know what I mean? Kind of like being a Pittsburgh fan right now.
Yeah.
You know.
But
anyway, I feel good. I feel ready to pod. Got to spend a lot of time with Doug this past weekend. We went to baseball
great
game.
Day.
That was this week.
Baseball,
right? Baseball game,
movie,
baseball movie beers. It was a great
yeah,
weekend.
baseball movie beers. That's what we did. Yeah,
great weekend. So how
it
about
was
you,
great,
Doug? With exclamation
Guys,
mark.
it just feels so hot. Like I know it's summer, and I know everybody's like, Doug, it's June. Like it's supposed to be this hot
today, though. What was the temp?
I think the heat index had it up into 100, but the flat out temperature was like 93.
Oh, there was a heat advisory today. There's still a heat advisory until 1 p.m. tomorrow. Jesus Christ.
Right. So so like there's a part of me that's like, hey, summer, usually we get to usually we get to ease in, we get to dip a toe in. They're like, oh, it's going to be really hot. And then it cools off a little bit for June. But this one, it was like, no, motherfuckers, tornadoes and temperatures over 90 degrees. You're going to get fucking both in the first 2 weeks of June. And I'm just
tornadoes for sure.
I needed like an ease in. Like I needed a,
we didn't get an ease in. Honestly,
no.
the winter was very kind of straightforward. We didn't get much spectacular over the winter. It didn't really feel like a South Dakota winter, at least.
No.
And then going into we needed some rain, and I only know that because of shout out to my lady Kim Moore, at my job that I work at. But she'll always say it, and I find myself saying it too. Like in other conversations, she's like, "We really need some rain. Like we really got to get some rain." And I find myself saying in other conversations, like, "Yeah, man, it's raining. Thank God."
Marcus, that is essentially 1/8 of being a homeowner. So you're 1/8 of the way there.
I'm almost there.
It's just looking outside, going, "Damn, man, we could really use some." And saying it to no one, like we could use the rain. Like that's what we could use. So no, you are 1/8 of the way there, my man.
Yeah, man, it's just fun. It's fun to hear her say it. I'll be like, you know what, you're absolutely right, Miss Kim. We ain't had a lot of rain lately.
You're right.
We didn't ease into it at all.
No,
it was hot.
No.
I went to work for just one. I was off work today, but I went to work for this one thing that I already had scheduled before I took off, and I walked in the building, and immediately I was sweating bullets in because it's sticky in the building itself, and like I can't work under these conditions.
No, absolutely not. No,
I'm calling
and of course, we are getting ready for garage sale weekend. So for those that don't know, Vermilion does their big like rummage day sale weekend where they sort of collect informally all of the like rummage sales that are going on, and people just hit them up, and we are hosting one at our house. And of course, we're out there just like, you step outside, like pull a table inside into the garage to get it ready. And you are like, did you just run a marathon? No, I walked for 10 minutes outside. Like that's all that I did. So yeah.
They just put out that list today on the, in the rummage sale. I find myself always stopping by Doug's house. I think for every rummage sale that they've done so far since y'all had Harper, who had the most clothes to give away after they were born?
Probably Harper.
I think that was Harper Lou. Harper Lou had a lot of stuff on the table that they were trying to just get out and get rid of. Do you find, is it weird because I'm at Doug's house on the regular, so I feel like going by the rummage sale, there is nothing that I really need there except the DVDs. Actually, I take that back. You had a really good DVD collection at one point.
Yeah, it was time to impart that to other folks. Like
that was good. I don't know if you went through that whole box, but you had some sleeper picks in there for sure.
Yeah, that was a cultivated like back. I had this dream when I was younger, when I was like 18, 19. I was like, yeah, when I move into my first apartment by myself, I'm going to have a closet and you're going to flick the light on and it's just going to be DVDs. And then I had a job and I had rent and I was like, okay, so maybe it's just a shelf. And I'll get a light that goes on top of the shelf. And then I had a wife and kids. And then I was like, okay, maybe I just have the Blu-rays and we just hold on to those.
Just a DVD tower. Yeah.
Over time, it just got less and less and less and less. So I held on to all my Blu-rays, and there were a lot of shows that I liked that I held on to that I still have. But yeah, there were some great. I had the original Transformers, but when you bought it, I can't remember if you bought it at Target or at Walmart. It transformed into Optimus Prime. So you like fold the held up, and then you could pull the arms and the legs down. So, yeah, dude. So it was a good collection.
It was a good time, man. It was a good time. But
yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, you have no need to stop by this time. It's all kids' clothes, kids' toys, and shoes. And so,
well, fuck. God damn it.
Yeah. I mean, unless your grandson needs something, but maybe then you pick it over. But you don't need.
Unless my grandson needs something. In order to have a
grandson,
no.
Godson.
Oh, my godson. Oh, J baby? Yeah, no. J baby growing fast as hell. He won't be able to fit it by the time I ship it to him.
Marcus, I gave you a wife, a set of kids, and then those kids had kids, is what I did. I said grandson, and I said, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just fast forward 30 years into the future when...
Because you just said Marcus, it'll happen eventually, and then immediately gave me grandchildren.
Yeah. So in my brain, it's already happened.
It's happening. I appreciate that manifestation. That's really what we need around here. Nothing else is working.
That's right. But yeah, man, it was a good weekend. We got to catch up and hang out a little bit, which was awesome.
We did.
Yeah, it's just been good. We got not as much baseball, softball this week, so that's okay. But yeah, man, we got a lot. It's a good time. It's a good time. But Marcus, we do have a quote that Mr. Roman Myers sent in. I did not look this up ahead of time.
Is it time for us to,
Yes, it is. It is time that we play a game that we like to call Catch That Quotable.
Catch that quotable.
Silky sounds of Marcus J.
I feel like one thing we need to be doing at the beginning of this pod before we get into Catch That Quotable is reading statistics of the pod. So like the beginning of the pod. So we ain't got to do that this time, but I think next
people
time,
know.
So people understand this shit is going somewhere.
So that way, like
Katie at the bar this past weekend, we was like, "Hey, we officially registered as an LLC," and Katie was like, Finally, like you just did that.
Hey, good
So I
for
was
you
like,
guys. You
yeah.
finally decided to commit to it, huh? And we were like,
Yeah.
yep, that
After
sounds like
7
us.
years,
Yep.
we finally
After 7
did it,
years,
so
we figured we
we
might as well
figured
settle down.
we got commitment issues. It's
Yeah,
whatever. Anyway,
we
cash
want to be
quotable,
sure.
man.
We want to be sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, and almost like new listeners, like here's our resume. Like,
Yep,
if you found us, this is the stats.
Great job, you did it.
But we did it. So you found something. This isn't AI. It's something that has a reputation. But Marcus, my friend,
Yes.
are you ready for this week's quote?
Hit me.
Right. Here we go. Your fate is sealed, Pharaoh. Soon you shall be the relic buried away. Soon worms will feast on your flesh, just as they did on mine.
One more time.
Your fate is sealed, Pharaoh. Soon you shall be the relic buried away. Soon worms will feast on your flesh, just as they did on mine.
That's interesting because I feel like it's the first thing that comes to mind, and it's usually not right when it comes to this game, is Night at the Museum. But I can't
That's
remember
what I
which
thought
one
too.
had a pharaoh. I think it's two.
Two.
I think it's two.
And sort of one to start, but two.
Kind of one. Yeah, you're right. Kind of one to start too as well.
But also the Mummy comes to mind for me.
It feels like a kiddish line that he wouldn't say to Rick O'Connell.
I also agree with that. Yep,
Maybe,
I also agree with that.
But maybe it feels a little bit more not kiddish, but not like the Mummy dialogue. But
what was that? What was that? Was it there was an animated movie about the story of Moses?
Prince of Egypt?
Was that it? Could that be it?
I would also say the dialogue doesn't match, but once again, it could be anything. Knowing Roman, like he could have pulled this from like a small.
That's also very true.
Subtitle that he saw. Like, honestly, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go ahead and make claims on that. What is the name of that damn movie I just said?
Night at the Museum.
Prince of Egypt. Yeah, Night at the Museum, and I'm gonna go Night at the Museum 2.
Okay. And I'm going to go Prince of Egypt because I don't have any other guesses,
why not?
nor do I know. Also, because I don't know where this is coming from.
I was running out of mummy movies.
That's running out of mummy movies. Oh, okay. Fun for us. This is from a movie that came out in 2004, and it is Yu-Gi-Oh! The movie, Pyramid of Light.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that, although I do love Yu-Gi-Oh! The series, though. I don't think I've seen a Yu-Gi-Oh! movie, though.
I didn't know they had a movie.
Oh God! Every anime has at least one.
Oh, I'm sure that they do. I was just like, I'm just surprised, you know. Like
Yeah.
I was just like, that one feels so odd to have a movie.
Yu-Gi-Oh is a really big brand, to be honest with you, and I think Yu-Gi-Oh is just it's like right under Pokemon in my personal opinion. I think they just carry themselves a little bit differently. I love the Yu-Gi-Oh brand and franchise. I feel like it's slept on. It feels like one of those things that should be made into a movie by now. If I'm being honest, it just makes the most sense.
Like a live action movie or just a regular one?
Honestly, I could go for a regular movie or a live action movie, but I think that there's a lot of pieces in there about the Millennium Pieces, collecting those, or a mini series of some sort. I feel the same with Pokemon too. I guess I don't know why they haven't done that yet, but yeah.
I mean, they have a bunch of old school Pokemon, like Pokemon the movie, Pokemon Mewtwo Strikes Back. Like those are movies that came out.
I guess more live action. I guess I was thinking more live action, but yeah.
Yeah, because the only one they've done is Detective Pikachu, and that worked. Like I thought that was fun.
I figured once you got Detective Pikachu because of the graphics and all the Pokemon and trying to get that right, and it mowed over pretty well, that you would be able to go because that was Ryan Reynolds that was in that, right?
Yeah, he was the voice of Pikachu.
He was the voice of Pikachu. I just figured you could go any direction you wanted to after that, but maybe there's more complications than that.
And especially, now that I think about this more, this is the 30-year anniversary of Pokemon.
Yep, sure is.
You would have thought
I think Pokemon is coming to Disney Plus. I saw somewhere an article that they got the rights to Pokemon, and now it'll be streaming on Disney Plus. They're gonna like slowly onboard it on there, and so like That just feels like a cheat code too, man. I don't fucking.
That also feels like because here's the other thing that I find really interesting about that, and this is just how like Pokemon works. Like it's beholden to no one. Right. I also heard that Universal Hollywood and Universal Florida are working on a Pokemon land for their theme parks.
Huh. Okay. That makes sense to me. Once again, why haven't they done that already? No clue.
Oh, Marcus, they had. So it's funny that you bring that up.
Oh.
They do have there is, if you go to Japan, how did I find out about this? If you go to Japan, there is a Pokemon theme park.
World. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That you can go to, right? Like that it's new. It's like all outdoors and you can see them there outdoors. Like, so there's that. But I don't know if they've done the level of like immersion and interaction that they've done at like a Disney or a Disneyland, Disney World,
like in the States.
Yeah.
Like yes. That feels. That's where I was going with it. Was like I've seen the ones in Japan. That shit seemed raw as hell and like worth a trip to go to Japan and do all of that. Why in the States haven't we been able to capture that same moment when we were on a Pokemon craze for?
Still is
on a Pokemon. To be honest with you, yeah, you're right. So like, I don't understand why we don't. Yu-Gi-Oh is a little bit different because it's also funny. When I was growing up in church, Pokemon was the one that they was like, you can't watch Pokemon. The demons and the devils is in that. And so,
but Yu-Gi-Oh was nope. This
Yu-Gi-Oh was perfectly fine. Smallville was also on the list of it was filled with the devil and WWE. So I have no idea what the correlation of devil or non-devil was. I never figured it out. I just eventually was like, my mom was like, just watch stuff in moderation and be careful what you watch. I was like, man, fine. That's fine.
That's Marcus. That's so funny that it was the WWE into Pokemon.
Smallville of all Superman.
It's Smallville.
A tween drama about Superman was on the list.
Oh,
like, whatever.
You know, a man that has the powers of God, but not created by God. That is an affront.
That can be confusing, you know, as it airs on this what is now the CW. Yeah, I guess.
Yep. Fuck. Yep.
Not to be confused with
That's so fun. It's also really funny that those are your interests now. That like, right. Hey Marcus, what are you into? What are you into? Superman, anime.
Yep, all of it. All the things you said. All the things you can't watch. Yeah, sign me up. Put it on the line.
Yeah, that's really funny.
I do want to talk about this anime that I watched. I was talking.
Oh yes, please. Yeah, were you telling me about that? Is this the one you were talking about?
I did. Let me give you my list of animes that I have watched so far.
Oh, and please.
I will also give you the list. In that list, I have my top animes that I am enjoying. So everybody just has the most updated list. Let me see. Let me search it real quick. So I was trying to go back and forth. I was trying to type out my list of animes that I have watched. All right, so here's my anime journey in total. I'm gonna blitz through these, so everybody pay attention. All right, Fooly Cooly, Hunter x Hunter, Dan Da Dan, Demons. I haven't started. I started one episode of Demon Slayer, so I don't really count it. Jujutsu Kaisen, Gundam Seed Destiny, Shaman King, Naruto seasons 1 through 5, To Be Hero X, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Tiger and Bunny, Records of Ragnarok, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, which is not really an anime show, but I still consider it the same. Sakamoto Days, Delicious in Dungeon, My Hero Academia, Wakfu, Avatar The Last Airbender, Solo Leveling, Assassination Classroom, Terraform Mars, Tokyo Ghoul, and Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood. Okay, so those are my list of animes. I believe that's
quite the list.
It is. It's a full list that I'm still working on. Now, here's
it's more than 10, but less than 25.
Thank you. It's 26.
Just pointing it out. More than 10.
It's
more than 10, less than 25.
He's still wrong. It's 26. Okay, so here's my top list of the animes that I like. All right, no particular order. Hunter x Hunter, Dan Da Dan, Jujutsu Kaisen, Gundam Seed. Y'all heard me talk about Gundam Seed. Tiger and Bunny, Solo Leveling, Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, and newly added to the list, Assassination Classroom. Now, Assassination Classroom, they just put up their 2 seasons on Netflix right now. You can go watch those. I started on Netflix but ended on Crunchyroll because Crunchyroll already had the seasons uploaded already. The benefit to Netflix is that I watch in dub because I'm usually doing other things. Like I'm usually doing other things while I'm watching it or trying to fully understand it, so I'm not missing the animation and all the pieces together. That's my reason. I don't shit on anybody that watches sub, right? So do your thing. Assassination Classroom is such a fascinating TV show that just revolves around this classroom of students in class 3E, which is the bottom of the barrel when it comes to the system of classes, right? It's the class that everybody else shits on and laughs at. They get a new teacher, okay? And that new teacher is this super being of some sort, right? And so because he comes down, there's a hole that is blown in the moon, and he said that in a year, the Earth is going to blow up the same way, okay? They have no reason why, they have no reason to kill him, but their job of the students, he trains them to be assassins to kill him. But in training them to kill him, he also trains them in life lessons of how to apply that assassination classroom and all the things that he's learned, teaching them to taking tests and making friends and discovering what you want about yourself. It's just a very over-exaggerated way about learning, teaching, leadership. How do you impress upon others? How do you learn from others? And so Assassination Classroom, it definitely took me a minute to get into. It took me like 4 episodes, I think, before I was like, oh, okay.
I am so sorry. Hold on. I was
Agent
trying
Strider,
to do work while you
why
were in the
did you
background.
join the Bureau?
Sorry.
I believe in justice.
Sorry. Just stop a minute. Everybody stop. Okay. Continue. Continue.
Doug, I think you kicked me off the screen. I don't know what was happening.
Fucked everything up.
Where's the sheriff? I don't know. Okay, so that was Assassination Classroom. I don't know where Doug is going next, but that's it. I think everybody should watch it. I recommend it. I enjoyed it.
We've messed a lot of this up, and I have to now fix it, and that's fun for everybody involved.
He said we. All there was loud blaring on there. I had no idea what was going on. Anyway, Assassination Classroom is really good. I want to start Attack on Titan, so I think I said I was going to start that last weekend, but I'm going to start that this weekend coming up.
Okay,
and really dive
so
into Attack
you
on
continue.
Titan. Oh, he's delayed significantly. Everybody, for those that can't hear,
again,
you might want to refresh yourself, Doug.
Yeah, it doesn't like anything that I'm doing right now.
It's okay. I'll be here while Doug refreshes. I've just been enjoying my anime journey. I've been enjoying getting back into anime, discovering what I like and what I don't like the simplistic ways. But I love over exaggerated storylines. I like the cliche shit when it comes to animes and stuff like that. That's just my personal bag. Assassination Classroom, like I said, it's very weird, and I didn't want to give y'all everything just because it definitely. There's some spoilers that are attached to any information that I give you, I feel like. And so that's why I didn't want to give y'all too much information. But if you're looking for something new, something to watch, even if you didn't know anything about it before, then I definitely would give Assassination Classroom a chance. Devil May Cry, I also put that on there. Devil May Cry is on my list too. And I heard that their 3rd season is the last season that's coming out on Netflix. So I'm excited to see that. I've been enjoying that. I just finished the 2nd season of that last week. But yeah, man, that's just my anime journey. And that's I'm having a good time. So if anybody want my list, I'm a tastemaker of sorts, as Brian Roush has called me. A tastemaker. Welcome back, Doug Wagner, my good brother.
Sorry for the confusion. I was trying to get ready for the next segment, and it didn't like that at all. So here we are.
It was like a blur of what happened. It was like a sudden explosion of sound.
Oh, and here's the thing,
Marcus, it was like a flashbang went off in this motherfucker.
And here's the thing. It locked me out of my browser entirely. So to those who are watching, my apologies. To those who listen, you're never going to know this happened. So
you're going to cut it out?
I'm going to cut this shit completely out of the actual podcast. So for those that are listening going like, what the fuck happened on this episode? Guess what? You'll never fucking know. You'll have absolutely
join us on
idea.
Patreon. Join us on Patreon to find out what the fuck actually happened.
You'll have absolutely no idea. You'll have absolutely no idea.
That's so funny.
Let me just give you a hint. I can't share content on this podcast because my entire browser breaks. So
Yeah.
to do with that what you will.
Yeah.
But Marcus,
Yes.
I'm so sorry that I interrupted, but that was an outstanding list. Here is my question for you.
Hit me.
Of those, like, of the Pokemon, of the anime that you listed, what is there one that you would recommend folks if they had to, like, someone new to anime of the list that you have? Is there, like, should they jump into something first? Let's say they've heard about it, but they don't really know where to start because there's so many to pick from. Is there one that you would recommend that they start with first?
Could you give me the purpose of giving the recommendation to this person? Because I think there's different things you want from watching an anime, right? Mine was to find anime that got me into other anime, but that's not everybody's purpose, right? And everybody has a different thing.
That's a good answer. That is a fair, entirely fair answer. I would say, let's say that this is a person who's looking for good animation with a solid story behind it. So something that is a good representation of the art form and the medium, both in what they can get from in terms of like animation and storytelling.
I think that's a great, I appreciate you phrasing that like that for me. I think if there's three options I want to give you. And I would say Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, if you're looking for a phenomenal story with good animation, the animation isn't like a wow factor in it. Some of it is, but some of it's not like the most like, wow, I think the story is really the thing that gets me there. So I'd be hesitant. I would also look at maybe Solo Leveling, because that was the one that was like, that's really cool. And it doesn't take much to watch it and you can just enjoy it and hop into it. And I think if you saw that, then you'd be like, all right, that was pretty cool. It might put a particular taste in your mouth of the type of anime, because that feels very specific and leads to other things. I might go Hunter x Hunter, because that was the one for me that got me really excited about going in. It was the first thing I watched coming back into watching anime. And I think Hunter x Hunter or whatever, it was recommended to me by like the Real Dreams Change the World guys of like, they always talked about it. And I was like, man, I really just I wanted to start with Naruto, but I felt like I wasn't ready with Naruto. So I went to Hunter x Hunter. And Hunter x Hunter is a phenomenal fucking story to tell that I think you will enjoy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So for those that are listening, watching, what have you, if you're looking for a good representation of anime, something, a solid story, solid animation, give Hunter x Hunter a try.
It was a Cell Saga. Mason said he remembers when he first watched anime. It was the Cell Saga of Dragon Ball Z on Adult Swim. The series that got him more into it was FMAB. Mason, how old were you when that came out? When were you watching Adult Swim? That's a different question. I also had a similar experience because mine was Gundam before I knew it was Gundam, Zoids, Bleach, Samurai Jack. So like I was in that era of Toonami, and I was like in the peak fucking era. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. My taste is so peak today because I was born in the peak era of everything, like smack dab 94 in the middle of the best shit. And so I'm with Mason. That was how I found out a lot about anime, was through Adult Swim and Toonami.
I didn't. So the first anime that I watched, I had a friend of mine who actually got me into Warhammer Fantasy. So not 40K, but like the fantasy side of things. Yeah. He was really into anime, and I remember watching the movie Akira, and that, which is really good. So that was probably one of the first ones I watched. And then I also remember watching the old Berserk anime that we were talking
about that this past weekend.
Yeah, it's a great anime, but that's what I remember. That's what I remember watching is those, and that's probably the first. And then I fell off the anime train, and then just recently I've gotten back on it with Dun Dun Dun, and then I watched a big chunk of the first season and a half of One Piece, and nice. Just took a break just because it's a long series, so you got to pace yourself.
One Piece is long, man. I would love to start One Piece, but in my mind, I keep telling myself I want to wait till it's done, and I just don't know if it'll ever be done. And it's a lot. It's a lot to watch.
Yeah.
It's a lot to
Yeah.
watch, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, man. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try this one more time. I do have a trailer for us to react to. We're gonna try it. If it doesn't work, we will just cap it off and we will just move into we'll pull it into yeah, we'll just do something different. So that's what we'll do. Okay, all right, that's a fun message. I don't know what that is. Anyway, so we are going to talk a little bit about the Ice Cream Man trailer. So this trailer is live on YouTube, and so you can check it out there. We'll include a link in the episode description so you can find out what we're watching for those that are listening and who maybe want to know what it is we're going to be chatting about. Once I get this up and I get it over, I'm working with 2 screens, so
I can pull it up on YouTube if it doesn't work.
With me for a minute. So, well,
this is,
or we can just, or we can just not. That's also fine.
No. Oh, is it not working?
Oh, I haven't tried to pull it up yet. I'm trying to get it on my other screen first. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry. Yeah, right. I saw this trailer a couple days ago because
Marcus, let's just skip this because it's not going to work and it's going to. Everybody knows that we stop.
Do you want me to pull it up on YouTube?
No, fuck it. I'm over this now.
I got it right here. Like it's ready.
Yeah, go on, whatever.
It's okay. All right. Hold on, everybody. We got it. It's okay. It's okay. We're ready to go. This is the Ice Cream Man official trailer. 6th Dimension Studio Canal Company. All right. Doug, can you see that on the screen, my brother?
Nope. No, I cannot.
Oh, he said.
But it's not your fault. It is StreamYard's fault.
Oh. I want to give everybody a heads up. This is indeed a Red Band trailer. Okay. So I have no idea. This is a Red Band trailer. So we might have to fast forward or whatever the case may be, but I'm just letting y'all know that. Okay. That's creepy already. You got it.
What happened?
Oh, no.
Someone hurt my mommy.
Mommy? That's like grandma.
Me.
Ow!
Oh
my God! Oh!
Oh my God!
Oh my God! I don't even know if we can watch this. Oh my God! Where is the sheriff?
Marcus, you know what's really funny is that my internet is betraying me so terribly that it jumped from one portion straight into that. So when it zoomed over, I was like, "Oh my God!"
Oh, yo, okay, all right. I guess
you know what? Hey, it's on YouTube, so
it is on YouTube.
Sir.
It is on YouTube. Ooh. Oh my God!
You guys see that weird ice cream man today?
What do you mean weird?
He just kept popping up, like he was following me. Is everyone sick or something?
Ooh.
Marcella! Marcella!
Back to your classroom. What is going on here?
This isn't funny!
Jesus fucking Christ! What have you done?
This reminds me of, ooh, I know where that's going. This reminds me of what was that one movie with, was it Nicolas Cage? What was the movie with the kids that were turning on their parents?
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name of that movie, Marcus, but you're right. This gives off that vibe.
I get the same. It's like filmed the same too.
You keep playing this. I'm gonna look that up.
Okay, yeah. I see where this is going already. Jesus Christ, I can't even. Ooh, God. Oh, okay, all right, brothers. All right, okay. Listen. Oh my God. I don't know if I can do this shit right now. Listen, this is insane. This is y'all giving away all the gory stuff in the trailer. This is on YouTube right now. Y'all are this is insane.
Oh, Marcus, the name of that movie is called. The name of that movie.
Oh my Jesus Christ.
Can I just say this really quick? Watching this through a buffering screen is fucking insane. Like, watching this from a screen that is delayed by at least 5 seconds is fucking wild, because it's literally just jumping from one scary bloodbath to the next scary bloodbath, and it is insane to me. Marcus, the name of that movie is called Mom and Dad.
Mom and Dad is the name of that movie. That's exactly what this reminds me of. Who directed Mom and Dad?
I will tell you.
Yeah. How much longer?
Brian Taylor.
Eli Roth and Brian Taylor. Y'all got to get y'all don't know what's going on. I hope y'all seeing a therapist or something, man, because this is some. I don't even know if I can get through the rest of this shit.
That seems demonic. They're not trying to kill us. They're trying to turn us. We have to run.
You can't just kill him. You have to cut his head off.
Of course.
Yep.
If it's, and it's a pre-saying it, so you know for sure that this dude, the ice cream man, is a demon of some sorts.
Oh yeah. Yep. Marcus, I was frozen on August 7th for like 10 seconds. So
my man's struggling. All right, let's get through this trailer, man. Ooh. What is that? Is that a head on a... Oh. I'm stressed. Fucking kids. You should have put... Y'all... Oh, come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh my God. Yo, I really should have. Yo, my bad, y'all. We should have combed through that original trailer before we showed that.
Woo!
Boy, howdy. I think I'm gonna have to be the sheriff after this.
So this podcast has gone
off the fucking rails.
Yeah, this is not, guys. I don't think we're in Kansas anymore with this podcast.
I'll give you this. I won't be watching it. But I think I won't be watching it because it's too gory for me personally. I like what I'm seeing. I think that a fan of a gory nature like this will enjoy it. Anything you got with like possessed kids. Ice cream is such a fun and inviting thing that everybody loves, and the ice cream man and kids correlate so well together. That makes perfect sense to me. The trailer gives it away that they're not easing away from the gore and the scariness of it. And so I appreciate that. However, I think for me personally, it's just too much. Now, I will encourage whoever to go watch it. I'm not big on horror films like that, especially like extremely gory ones.
I like it when it's more psychological. Like, play with me a little bit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, play with my mind a little bit.
Little foreplay. Yeah. Little horror foreplay.
Amp up the stress a little bit. Yeah, we missed the sheriff too. Yeah, we definitely missed the sheriff. Yeah, exactly. You know, just nibble on my ear a little bit. You know, I like it. But like, make sure that I'm big. But I've never enjoyed blood and guts for the sake of blood and guts. You know what I mean? Like, I've never that's never been my bag. Now, this is coming out at I think it's coming out early August. So like
August 7th.
This is perfect timing. I mean, the heat of the summer. You're probably tired of, if you have kids, you're tired of your kids around the house. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody's itching for back to school. So like, in terms of like timing and being ready, like, this is going to come out at an opportune time. So there is somebody that this is for. It's not me. Like, let's just put this way. There's somebody that this is for. It's not me.
Not this one. Not this one in
No.
particular. And I wish I was a horror guy because I think I would go watch this. This trailer's not for me. I mean, this movie is not typically my genre. Now, I'm a little bit different if I'm going with like a group of friends to go watch something, and like I will do that.
Sure.
My film, my genre, which is worse, I do understand that, is like Insidious. Now, Insidious is a little bit worse in my mind because it's more spiritual, and I think that's also just as terrifying to me, but I could bust out a little prayer or something like that and be okay. The gory, jumpy stuff is just not my...
And trust me, I like it. I mean, it does also feel like there's a zombie element to it, and I love zombie movies. Like, I really do. So this seems like one that I will try to stream when it comes out that way, but I don't think I'm going to a theater for me. Just because, again, it just feels like it's too much. So, yeah.
Now, if y'all pay us, we will go watch and review your
movie.
I'll
watch whatever you want. Like, just about.
I'll watch you. Never mind. I was about to say something off the wall. Okay, what's the next trailer?
I was also going to clarify.
Where is the sheriff?
He's just not. He's somewhere. He's somewhere twitching. Like, he's like, I feel.
He feels it.
Just say, you know what it is? He and Maggie are enjoying like a glass of wine and like a really fancy ass dessert. And out of nowhere, he goes, I feel like we got to move the topic. He's just like, I feel like we got to move the topic along. And she's like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't know. Just I feel like we got to keep this moving.
I don't know where that came from, but I feel like he let out a boy howdy. They were having a great night. He's like
oh, boy howdy. And she was like, is the dessert really that good? He's like, that wasn't for you, I don't think. Like,
no. I have a feeling something's in the air right now. I don't know what it is.
It's like when old Ben had when the moon blew up. He's like, I heard a lot of voices just call out.
Yep.
And we're suddenly
what a great
silenced.
reference. What a good reference.
We're gonna skip it. We're gonna go into the movies reviews because doing things delayed is tough. Marcus, we saw 2 movies this weekend. We watched Masters of the Universe. And we also watched a movie from Norway called Kraken. Now, do you have a preference on which one we talk about first?
Let's start out of order. Let's go with the Kraken first.
Yeah. All right. So we watched Kraken, which, like I said, is a Norwegian film. It was interesting. Marcus, would you care to give us your barbershop summary for Kraken?
Yeah. So what had happened was there's a lot of science in this movie. So
there's a shitload of science in this movie. There's a shit
ton of science in this movie that is it was missing me in some places. There is a study group and a man who's trying to sell this system. He's selling something. And there's a group of studiers. There's a, what do you call it? Like, it's not like a tanker, but there's a study.
It's a fish farm.
It's a what? A fish farm?
Norway. Yeah, it's Norway. So they are. Okay. So in Norway, they have a lot of like they do a lot of like fish farms in their fjords, which are these big lakes not lakes. They are saltwater bodies of water that connect to the ocean, and the salmon get attacked by parasites, which can like damage the crop. It can also make it so that way the crop of salmon, it can also make it, I imagine it makes the meat not taste as good, or it isn't edible by human beings. So they developed this technology to use sound waves to keep the parasites off the salmon. And so, but it wasn't fully tested. And so they're trying to convince these foreign investors to give them more money so they can expand their fish farming operation via the sound waves. But that's the science part of it.
And so in that, what they end up finding is bigger parasites than they were intending. And I'm kind of fast forwarding here. There's other evidence that they find, but people are ending up dead, right? There are bodies coming up that are chewed up, that are getting chewed up, spit out, and there are signs of a parasite that is bigger than, like 20 times bigger than, maybe 100 times bigger than a normal parasite. Big parasite means it's a big parasite chewing on something significantly bigger, right?
Yep,
and
100%.
so the untested sound machine that they're trying to sell is it has unearthed or bothered this massive creature that is living underground, the Kraken. And the Kraken is trying to somewhat I was trying to get a hint of if he was trying to preserve the area that the Kraken was living in, or just trying to get rid of the thing that was hurting the Kraken. That was the part I couldn't really piece together. That
Yeah,
is just on my
the
end.
Kraken's motivations are a little hidden.
It's a little
because
unknown, and it's a monster.
Yeah,
so maybe there is no motivation.
Yeah, it's a
like
monster. I suppose maybe it was bothered by the sound waves because
That's
they had
what
to
I was
amp.
thinking.
That was one thing that they said at the beginning of the movie, like plot wise. They were like, "Hey, this is a we have to amp this up. We have to turn it up a lot higher than we ever intended to." And so I wonder. My best guess using context clues is they were like, the Kraken came to the surface of the water basically to say, I needed someone to turn this off because it's basically irritating me.
Yep. And honestly, that's kind of where the movie kind of unfolds from there, because you have those that care about the surrounding area, and there's something going on, but nobody believes them. Because it was also, this is not the first time that the Kraken appeared. The Kraken had appeared a long time ago in like maybe it was the 60s or 70s. And people saw it, but nobody believed the young boy who saw the Kraken come up from the water. The same thing is kind of happening now, where you also have this mix of businessmen, people not really giving a fuck about the environment and doing what's best for their pockets and their services. Somebody who's trying to save the environment, because that is their whole, she's the lead character, and she's the lead doctor that wants to preserve and save everybody, but they're all just trying to fight. Then the Kraken is the thing that throws a monkey wrench in the entire plan of everybody, because it's like, we've unearthed this absolute monster from underneath the water.
Yep. This is like a monster movie.
Yeah. What is this genre? Because that's the first question I wanted. What would you consider this genre? Like, this is like the Meg. This is like Deep Blue Sea.
It's the Meg with an ecology twist, right? Like it's the Meg with a climate change eco warrior piece of it, because they reference outright Greta Thunberg, and they're like, we're gonna be like Greta Thunberg and take down these salmon farms. So like there is this like level of, we need to take care of our environment, but also simultaneously there's a monster involved as well. So, there's a lot going on. So this, I'm going to include a link in the show notes for the cast list, because they are all very Norwegian names, and some of them I'm not going to get, and they're a lot. And so, we're just going to leave it at that. So I'm going to include the list and a link in the show notes to check that out. I am trying to find, I want to say this comes out in August.
What am I doing?
Let's see.
I can look it up.
Yeah, hold on. I'm just pulling it up. So this movie comes out in May. It came out in Sweden on May 1st, but it's coming to the States later this year. So if you're curious and you want to see it, it'll be something you could watch in the States later this year. So, Marcus, thoughts on Kraken?
I thought it was good. It's like I said, there was a lot of science in it, and I definitely understood when Doug and Brian were reviewing. What was the other movie that we got to watch?
I know what you're talking about. Yep.
It was the one from 2 episodes ago, or last episode, about how they're feeling about how there was a lot of science and a lot of things that they were putting into the dialogue and everything. That's how I kind of felt, because one, I get easily distracted. So we were watching a dubbed version of this movie. So the words the words are sometimes matching up, and then sometimes they aren't matching up. I thought it was a delay in my screen. It also took me 30 fucking minutes to get this movie up on my screen. Can't even get into why that is. But there was a lot of science behind what was happening. And if you're not paying attention, you see how Doug had to pick up the weight of the science portion? I missed all of that because I was trying to set my screen up and wasn't really like, there was nothing showing on the screen, but words were coming out of the thing. So I missed a lot of that science part. So by the time I got to the meat and potatoes, I was like, I get the gist of what's happening, but y'all really did a lot of over explaining, especially when they got to like the saliva and it makes the thermal You can see it like
Yes.
glows in the dark because
The
and I was like, oh,
bioluminescence. Yeah.
yeah, which I was like, that's a cool fact. Great thing to add. Lots of science that pushed me into it. I hate to be that guy, but
No,
I'm
you're
glad I
fine.
watched it at home to be able to rewind it. But other than that, I think overall I enjoyed what they did and what the story that they wanted to tell with the Kraken. But Doug, what did you think? Like first impression?
I thought it was, I mean, it's a fun monster movie. Like it's fun. I would say anytime you have a movie like this, you worry about a couple of things. You worry about the scale of the monster, right? Because anytime something really big like that shows up, you run the risk of it looking really cheesy, or the CGI is just not super great and it starts to look like a made for TV sci-fi movie. And I will say they did an awesome job. I mean, the Kraken's tentacles look really good, the parasites look really good. So all in all, and I would say the other thing that I think really helps take it home is the sounds that they had. So like there's a lot of, like, as you can imagine, there's a lot of like people stepping on parasites and making them crunch type pieces. So like there's a lot of that going around. So I would say all in all, this is a fun movie. Now, to Marcus's point, there's a lot in here that story-wise, it sort of feels like, why is that there? Like
the sheriff's family portion.
The sheriff's like the family component. And because the thing that was weird to me is I didn't realize that the sheriff and the guy trying to sell
were together,
like to get the investors. I did not realize that they were a husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend pair, or whatever their romantic situation is. I didn't realize that they were involved until the end when he is like sacrificing himself for the daughter. I was like, what is happening here? Right up until that point, right? Because they have a glass of champagne together celebrating the investment. So right up until that moment, I did not put two and two
Also,
together.
It wasn't just you. I thought I missed something else at the beginning.
So did I.
Signified that. Okay, got it.
Yep. So did I. I also wonder. Yeah. So their relationship was interesting. Yeah. And then the woman whose name I think is Johan or Yana, I think it's Johonne, I think is what it is, or Joanne, or however that translates to a name in English. She was interesting because again, there was this whole like will they, won't they with the other main scientist guy.
It was that Eric.
Yeah, Eric. There was a lot of subplots in this that weren't fully fleshed out, which in a movie where you're over explaining science and then you're on top of it having some intricate, interpersonal subplots associated, it's tough to follow. Like it is demonstrably tough to follow and to stay on top of. So one, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised, but like I can see how the details would get lost because they got lost for me. Some of them.
They damn sure got lost for me. And once again, this is not a knock on the movie. I think the film is good for what it is, which is like it feels like this indie monster movie, and I have no idea if it's indie or not. So I'm just giving it from my perspective, right? But it feels like this indie monster movie that's executed very well. Like Doug said, the graphics hit. I think that the story that you're trying to tell of that eco-friendly, environmentally friendly, take care of the things around you, because the daughter of the sheriff and the businessman also kind of says that at the end of the film, when she's on the sailboat and she says, you talked about what's in the sea. It's not just about what's in the sea of what frees you. What's the most freeing thing about you, or something along those lines. And so I like stories about, this is very strange, but I like stories that follow a marine biologist of some sort, because I feel like that's such a niche field that you have to act. The sea is one of the scariest things in the world. Because it's like the sea and space for Marcus, because those are two of the most undiscovered fucking things I think that exist in the planet, right? The sea could possibly have a Kraken at the bottom of that motherfucker, and you don't know it, because like if you're not from that realm of studying the like sea life and the worlds below it, then you would be like, yeah, no, I'm good. Like I stay where my feet can touch the rocks. When I was in Hawaii, which is like probably the furthest out I've been, I made once my big tippy toe stopped hitting on the top of that damn rock, I was like, all right, I'm good. So anybody that loves
that's so funny.
that kind of discovery, now you talk about Megan Redchurch Shaw. Megan Redchurch Shaw loves the water. Her and John, they were so far past the fucking water line. I was like, y'all got it, cuz my black ass gonna stay right here because these waves was pushing my big ass around.
I would probably be with them. There's
oh yeah, we've never. Do you swim? How are you in water in situations?
Okay. I'm gonna go backwards to go forwards.
Okay.
So this sounds really strange. I was a lifeguard on a lake from age 14 through college.
I think I knew that. Yep.
Yeah. So that's what I did for work, like over the summers and stuff like that. So there's a part of me that, like, as a lifeguard, I don't like to get in the water. Why? Because I had to get in the water because someone was in danger for such a long time that I'm like,
Fair.
you know what? I don't want to get in. I'm fine. That being said, when we've gone to Hawaii or we've gone someplace where you can snorkel or like look at something, you have to drag my ass out. Like I will be there all day. I love to look at fish and like marine life. It is hands down my favorite thing to do. I will say that there are some parts. So we've gone. When we were in Maui last year, we went on a boating like snorkel trip, and they took us out to this island called Molokini Crater. And so for long story less long, it used to be an old volcano vent. So that's where the volcano would vent out. And so there's just a piece of it left. And now it's a bird sanctuary. So you can't actually go on the island, but all around the island is reef that's protected. So, but Marcus, this reef is 30 feet down. Like, so you're up at the top looking like 30 feet down at fish and reef that are there. Is that eerie and scary as fuck? Oh, 100%. Like that. But
you had the gear though, right?
I had a snorkel and fins, and that was it. So I didn't have
snorkel with oxygen tank.
No, that's diving. I wasn't scuba diving. I was just snorkeling. So top of the water. Free swimming. Yeah, free snorkel, fins, just looking straight down off a boat. So there was a boat like 5 feet behind me that if I knew some trouble, I could get back to. But looking straight 30 feet down, there is a part of you that's like, there's a lot down there we don't know about, isn't it? Like
it's dark as hell. Like, there's a lot of movies we watch where there was some movie, I can't remember if we watched it on this podcast or if it was with my mom. And it was about like the shark cages, right? You put somebody in a shark cage and you drop them down below. That is nothing that my black ass is ever going to do. And like, I feel like by your excitement, Doug, you kind of would consider doing something like that.
There's a part of me that would. Now, sharks and cages, I would think very long and hard about. But I do know somebody. So shout out to Jen, who works out at CrossFit Bayo, is my old gym. She absolutely loves sharks and has actively considered like going and has gone to Hawaii to swim with them on purpose. So like
your crazy ass.
Yeah. And she even told me, she was like, I think it would be, she's one of those that's like, she's like, I think it would be cool to be bitten by one. And I'm like, you and I have, let's not get into it. I'm not here to tell anybody how to live their life, but it's just, there's a part of me that's like, that's a level too far for me. Like, but seeing whales or dolphins, like seeing shit like that, that I'm on board for.
Now you put me in an aquarium, I'm cool, and even like I will touch the fish and all that kind of stuff like that. I don't mind that. That's fine with me, right? But I think that this level that they were talking about with the Kraken, first of all, like it's in Norway. That seems like something that would happen in Norway. Not to stereotype Norway, but a Kraken showing up seems like a Loch Ness or a Kraken would show up in the middle of fucking Norway. I'm not. It does feel like it's not happening in the landlocked South Dakota.
Kraken does feel like a troll of the ocean attacking you, right?
You
like,
see
you know
what
what
I'm
I
saying?
mean? Yeah.
Like,
no, I'm
it
with
feels
you.
like the Kraken is the smallest thing of the ocean to really worry yourselves about. Y'all was just wrong place, wrong time. However, I think the movie, what it does is it executes it well. Now, Doug, I do have a question for you. This movie executes well. I enjoyed it, and when I rewatch it when it comes out in dub, yeah, absolutely. I think it's a fun watch that I think you could spare a couple minutes because it's not an extremely long movie.
I think it's a solid. I think it's like a solid hour and 10, hour and 20.
Hour 10, yeah, like it's not a long movie, so I think I would recommend
hour
people
and
watch
10,
it.
Hour and 40. I meant like 90 plus 10. Hour and 40.
I thought it was longer than that. Got it. Hour 40. Doug, could you explain to me? So Joanne is immune to the Kraken in some way or form. Did you understand that portion? Because the Kraken is coming into the build. It comes in and it starts to move the entire facility that's on the water, like literally shift it around, right? And it's yanking people out of the facility windows, the vents, all that kind of stuff like that. But when it gets to Joanne, it has this kind of weird, freaky Kraken moment of like it has its tentacles around her neck, but it's not hurting her. I think I missed a step as to what made her immune to the Kraken.
The only thing that I can think, here's the only thing, because you're right. There's something, excuse the pun, there's something fishy going on there. There's something fishy going on there. No, I want to say she if I'm not mistaken, didn't a parasite like attack her and leave its blood on her? Because she was doing like
there was a liquid on something.
Yeah, she was killing it, and she got the blood of the parasite like all over her. So the only explanation I can come up with is maybe it was identifying. It wasn't sure if she was a parasite or not. But you're right. That exchange where they're in the facility and it has its tentacle wrapped around her neck, but it's not killing her.
No, it's like a
but it's also
throbbing.
It's like a gentle choking, like that.
It's like one of those.
Yeah,
it's like I can't even say what it is.
It's that section of the internet. The gentle choking section of the internet. But yeah, it was weird. It was very, very weird.
It was a strange moment, but to that moment, I think that was one of those that I was like, I was watching it and I texted the group chat. I was like, "What type of shit this freaky Kraken on?" And then I said, I think out loud, I said the graphics are really good though, because for this to be whatever this indie film is, and it's a small cast. I mean, if you look at it, it's maybe
like 12 people.
I was thinking about 10 to 12 people. That is like the whole cast of main people that's on there. But once the movie kind of gets flowing and they start snatching people out and doing whatever, they don't waste a lot of time with killing folk off and get into the main 3-4 build, 3-4 build people that are at the top of the film. So I think that was fun. This movie was very enjoyable. It wasn't a drag to watch, and it felt refreshing because it feels like it's been a while since I've seen a kind of like a monster sea movie like this. The last one felt like the one we watched with Stephanie Williams.
That was the Meg, wasn't it?
No, it was something. It was like a precursor to one of the Alien movies, I thought, or Predator movies or something.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they had it wasn't a precursor, but it was inspired by, because it had a Weyland Yutani Corporation symbol in it. God, what fucking movie was that?
I forgot.
Because there was a very specific image I kept referring to. Something looked like a fetus.
It was the fetus. It was the fetus. I can't remember the movie, but I remember that screenshot of the fucking fetus you kept taking.
Oh, I remember that vividly. I remember that like vividly, that picture.
That was good.
But yeah, no, this is
shout out Stephanie Williams.
Shout out to Stephanie Williams. This movie's worth a watch. Like, it's something that I would recommend that maybe you see when it comes out, because it's fun. And you're right. I mean, short of Godzilla, there aren't a lot of monster movies like this floating around. I mean, the last one that hit theaters was the Meg 2. So like this one has a good solid story. It doesn't feel super corny or campy like some of the other monster movies you can get. Like this is a monster movie that has a story it's trying to tell. There is an agenda like that it's trying to tell with its story, but it's good. It's a fun ride.
Yeah, it's good. I enjoyed it. I like the Kraken.
Yeah, absolutely. Marcus, we also had the opportunity to head out to our local theater to see Masters of the Universe. which is the reimagining of the old school Masters of the Universe cartoon and then the god awful 80s movie. So you want to give us your barbershop for that one?
Yeah, for sure. So with that one, and the Knicks are up. Wow, this series is really, really good. Knicks are up 71-69. So what had happened was in Masters of the Universe, okay, you have a young man who, well, honestly, the movie kicks it off with telling the story of him narrating the story of how he gets to Earth, right? And so Adam, I believe is his name. Yeah, Adam is his name. He is
Nicholas
the Prince of Eternia. And so as the prince, there's a war that breaks out, and he's kind of frowned upon, right? I was also watching How to Train Your Dragon, the live action, this past weekend, which is also a good movie too as well. It's on Netflix.
It absolutely
very
is.
Similar plot points at the beginning with a father who is ashamed of his son because he's not stepping up in the ways that he wants to kill a dragon or be rough and tough. Adam is not, he is the runt of his group. He doesn't know how to fight. He is very fun loving. He is all of who he is. And that's not really good for Eternia because Eternia has a certain standard of war and battlers and fighters and things like that. So as this is happening and as they're trying to get Adam to step up and be the prince and be the fighter that he is, Eternia gets attacked. I was by Skullface. First I was going to say Ghostface Killer.
Now there's a fucking movie. Adam has to defend Eternia from the Wu-Tang Clan. I'd watch the fuck out of that.
I'll watch the fuck out of that.
Oh shit! It's Inspector Deck.
Is that the RZA? Like, oh man, that'd be so.
Oh, the Chiz is here too.
Is that ODB? Oh man, that'd be so
bastard
fly.
Steps out
that'd
off the
be
plane.
so fly. So basically, Eternia gets attacked by Skeletor. Skeletor is looking for the Sword of Power. Literally the Sword of Power. As he's looking for the Sword of Power, the sorceress sends Adam and the Sword of Power away somewhere where they'll never find them because the king and the queen get captured. And so they send him to Earth. And while he's on Earth, he gets on his way to Earth, he gets separated from the Sword of Power because Adam is chosen for it. And so they get separated. He spends his entire adult life it's 15 years. He spends 15 years because he's like maybe 10 when they send him there. He spends 15 years looking for the sword. He eventually finds the sword. He's scouring the internet for it. He finds it, and as soon as he finds it, it activates a beacon from Eternia. They come in. Talia comes and finds him. There's a monster on the run, and they got to go back to Eternia to find out like how to take back the throne and take back Grayskull, free all of the people who have been taken prisoner, and defeat Skeletor.
Yeah, nailed it. Yep, it is what you think it is. It's Skeletor versus He-Man for the battle for Eternia. That is what this is.
What I will say is, I know Doug's going to get into like the cast and some of those things like that. What I will say is, I think after I left the theater, I think I really appreciated the simplicity of, hey, there is no deeper level storytelling with a villain. He's a villain with a skull face. He's exactly who you think he is. And I appreciated that straightforward storytelling just because I think a lot of days it takes you a while to like, do I want to feel something of empathy for this villain? Like, am I supposed to feel something deeper in order for a story to get executed? And sometimes no, motherfuckers just be evil and wicked in this world. And that's okay.
Yep, absolutely is. So this movie stars, so let's run down cast really quick. So Nicholas Galitzine plays Adam / He-Man. Camila Mendez plays Tila. Idris Elba plays Duncan. Jared Leto plays Skeletor. Johannes Hakur Johansson plays Fisto. John Tzu Jang plays Ram Man. Allison Brie plays Evelyn. Sam C. Wilson plays Trapjaw. Charlotte Riley plays Queen Marlena. James Purefoy plays King Radnor. Morena Baccarin plays the Sorceress. Kristen Wiig plays Roboto. She does her voice for Roboto. Dolph Lundgren is in this. And then Hapthor Jules Bjornsson, a.k.a. The Mountain. He is in this as well. He plays Goatman. That's pretty much all of them.
Dolph Lundgren is in there.
Yep, Dolph Lundgren's in there. He's just credited as Macho Man.
Which is very
that's who he's credited as. This movie made. It didn't do great at the box office. As of June 7th, it brought in $29 million domestically and $25 million from the 86 different countries it was in. It debuted at $54 million opening weekend. It was $200 million to make. So
did you know? Oh, sorry.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Did you know Christian Bettridge is she was a stunt double for Wonder Woman? I mean, a stunt double in a lot of things. The Old Guard, Deadpool and Wolverine.
Oh,
the Marvels.
That's wild. I did not know that.
Yeah.
But as of this, to date, this is one of the biggest flops of the movie year thus far.
Which I think I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hop out here. I think that's fucked up because this is a good movie. I genuinely, Doug and I were watching this movie obviously at the theater, and I told Doug I was excited to rewatch this movie again when it was over because it's a fun ride. I think it's fun. Mm-hmm. It does not take itself too seriously. It's a very simple story. It's Masters of the Universe. I think Doug will use, I don't want to take his analogy, but he'll explain it when he goes to explain the movie of like basically what this feels like. And I think that's what's needed for a nice summer movie with low stakes that I still think is worth seeing in the theater. Now, what I think is going to happen is that people will appreciate it more when it hits streaming. But unfortunately, it's got to take this hit in the theater first. And I think that's kind of fucked up. I think people should go see it.
Marcus, I think you're spot on. Like, I think this is one of those where it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun on a big theater because a big screen because there's some spectacle, there's some sound. Yep. And this is an action movie. Like, this is an action movie where, and to the analogy that Marcus is referring to is this is a kid playing with action figures, telling a story, trying to tell a story of what happens in this land that he made up. And so is it cinema in a capital C or an italicized scripted C that Martin Scorsese is referring to? No, but not everything has to be. Like, not everything has to be. This is fun. It's a fun watch. It doesn't take itself too seriously. There are moments where I found myself genuinely laughing about it. Like,
me too.
This is a fun movie. I don't think it's deserving of the hate that it is getting. I think, unfortunately, like this, I mean, you could blame a lot of things. Is it perfect? Let's also go here. It's not. There are things with this where you're like, what the fuck is going on? But again, if you're looking for something fun that's good to watch, that all things considered is relatively family friendly, like for the most part, like I think you could get away with taking a kid to Masters of the Universe and it would be fine. Yeah. And I think that they would enjoy it as much too. So yeah, I think this is a fun movie.
If you got like a preteen, if you got like a
12-year-old,
like a 12-year-old, that's exactly
12 is
what
the
I was
perfect.
Thinking. I think if you've been struggling to find out, like, man, I'm looking for something to bond with my like 12-year-old over, I think this is like a perfectly aged movie for a 12-year-old to go kind of see.
Yeah, if you have kids between the ages of 9 and 13, and you're like, I need something to do with them, but I can't be outside because it's hot. This is a great option. Like. It's a great option.
It's a good option. It's a good option.
Yeah. I will also say this.
I think it needs more Jared Leto.
Marcus, you took the words right out of my mouth. I want everyone to say it I cannot believe I'm about to say this. Jared Leto is not the problem with this movie.
Might be one of the stars of this fucking movie.
I will say Jared Leto playing Skeletor is probably one of the highlights of this movie because he played this level of arch villain in a way that had you both going, wow, that's very intimidating and scary. But also there are moments where you're like, what the fuck is happening? Right. Human Resources Skeletor is
Jimbro Skeletor
is a highlight. Like, the way he talks like an exaggerated, like I feel like I've done this voice before, not here, but I've done it before. But the way that he talks of like, you don't expect it because he's supposed to be silly. Like, it's almost like he's trying to be a little silly with it, but it's
silly serious.
silly serious. Like it's just so much fun. Like it's I don't know. Like he's not the problem with this movie at all.
No, I think when I think of like these comic book characters, it's like Hugh Jackman, Wolverine, Ryan Reynolds, Deadpool, Skeletor, and Jared Leto go hand in hand together.
Yeah.
You asking me, and I don't think it's a far reach with that either. He really went all in, and I think he had an enjoyment about it. What are the issues with why this film bombed so well? You know what I think it is? I'm gonna toss it up. It's too much shit going on in the world, and I think that Masters of the Universe could not cut through the fat of all the stuff that's happening in the world to really. It's not a known franchise, so Mandalorian. And I said this in the theater to Doug. Masters of the Universe was more fun for me to watch than Mandalorian and Grogu, and it wasn't like it was like leaps and bounds. But I'm saying like. If this was Mandalorian and Grogu, Masters of the Universe was like right here for me, and Mandalorian and Grogu was fun. However, Masters of the Universe is a newer, revamped, older franchise and doesn't get the automatic credit that Star Wars does right off the rip, and I think that's part of the problem.
I also say this because this is a kid playing with action figures. There are moments of this where you're like, that doesn't make any sense. Now, do you care a lot? Not particularly because the visuals are exciting,
moments, but
like
right.
there are moments where you're like, what is happening? Like this is absolutely insane. You also feel like the movie though is making fun of itself a little bit. Like at the very end when all of the heroes of Eternia are sitting around laughing like this and the tiger is literally like, what the fuck are we doing? Like there is a part of you that's like, it's clearly poking fun at itself, which I think is good for a movie like this to be like, yeah, this is silly. Like, this is very silly.
It allows you to do more.
And it gives you a lot more freedom to say, like, you know, we're not trying to tell a super serious story. But I mean, again, there are some weird plot holes and turns that it doesn't need to go on that are just kind of goofy. And I feel like as a result, because it's mostly a visually appealing action movie, it's probably a victim of inflation, right? Like, and I don't mean in the sense, I just think it's like gas is expensive, groceries are expensive. We can go to Mandalorian Grogu, or we can go to Masters of the Universe. We can't do both. We're gonna go to Mandalorian and Grogu. Like, sorry, kids, we gotta wait till Masters of the Universe comes out. Like, it feels like, and that's not to say like it's not. Again, I don't want anyone to come at me and be like, oh, you're giving it a pass. I'm not. There are things that don't work here. But all in all, like I think it mostly this probably would have had a better showing at the box office financially if there were different economic circumstances.
If I could depart from my friend Doug here just a little bit, the parts that he is referring to that kind of detour a little bit, I'll be honest, they may have happened. I'll need to watch it again, but I can't remember it. And so I think that's something else I want to throw in there was like, there may be some plot points that they maybe didn't fully unravel or whatever. There's weird spots, but it's not weird enough for me not for me to remember it. I also think that cutting through, I think your point about having to pick and the inflation is so true. And what other time can you drop? Because next month is Spider-Man. Nope, Supergirl.
That's this month still.
Oh, Supergirl is this month. So you got to pick between Mandalorian and Grogu, Supergirl, and Masters of the Universe. And for you misogynistic motherfuckers out there, Supergirl is a choice because it's a major DC film with a major DC character. So get the fuck over it, right? And then I look ahead to the next month, and that's Spider-Man, right? In June, right? Or July.
Yeah.
In July.
Yeah.
So it's not a lot of time for you to drop a movie like Masters of the Universe. And if you're going to do it, it's kind of got to be right now. Now, would I have waited to maybe the Juneteenth weekend? Possibly, because you get a 4-day weekend, but I don't know if that weekend is really kicking in with people like, oh, it's dropping over the Memorial Day weekend. Oh, it's dropping over such and such weekend. I don't know if Juneteenth has kind of entered into that.
10 more years of having Juneteenth off and we'll be there.
That typical. If it's black, it's always going to be 10 years on the back burner. But that's
we've had years and years and years and years of Memorial Day. Like Juneteenth is relatively new.
It's still a baby, right? So, but I do think that that's another point. Is like maybe you could have stalled it out a little bit better. However, I think your casting is really good. I think you smoked the casting top to bottom. There's nobody that I was like, somebody else could have played that. Because even Idris Elba, I was like, Idris feels like the biggest name on this.
Oh, he had
aside
to
from
have been.
Jared Leto, right? Like Leto
He
is.
had to.
I don't know where you put Leto versus Idris. That feels like a weird conversation, but in my mind, Idris is one of the biggest names in this movie. But he smoked.
Idris is the bigger. Idris is the bigger bill. Idris is the bigger bill because Jared has had so many issues. So many of his other like franchise movies have been a problem. That So no, you're right. Idris is the bigger bill.
Yep, I agree. So I enjoyed that. I like what Idris did. He didn't seem like he was bigger than anybody else. And what I told Doug was this was really fun for me, being somebody who had recently rewatched Masters of the Universe Revolutions, and then the other Masters of the Universe project on Netflix. I watched both of those, and both of those were really good. So to have some type of familiarity with characters was also super helpful going into the theater.
Right. Yeah. No, you're spot on. Like, I think there's enough going on around this, and I think the old one is so far behind us that it's not it's not something that we're all going to remember and think about. And I think I think the other there are, to your point about plot, there aren't any pieces of this where you're like, oh wow, that's broken and the movie doesn't work. Right? Like the movie doesn't work because that plot piece doesn't work. So there are enough of that going on where there's none of that happening. There's just like goofy things where it's like, but wait a minute, I thought it doesn't matter. Like it's just kind of like one of those. It's wait a minute, I thought it doesn't matter type moments, and that's fine.
Like
Marcus,
quick
I think,
in, quick out.
Yep. I think fully backing up our piece, not that Rotten Tomatoes is truth by any means, but it does have a 67% on Rotten Tomatoes from critics, which is higher than I would have expected it to be. And then it's an 88%. It's an 88% popcorn meter. So from people who've seen it,
there it is. I think that's almost a really good reflection of what I think it is. People are going to shit on this because it's Masters of the Universe, right? And people are going to shit on this also because Jared Leto's in it. And I'm sure there's other reasons people will.
This is the exception that proves the rule for him.
It is. Yep. It is the exception that proves the rule. And honestly, if y'all are saying that, the only way to do it was to cover his face, it's a funny joke. And I think we've also made that joke.
I've said it twice.
That's also, I wasn't even gonna throw you under the bus like that.
No. I'll throw myself under the bus. I said it twice. I said it twice in the theater, and I said it again when I left the theater. I said the only way for him to have a franchise movie is for his face not to be in it.
He doubled down. I wasn't even gonna double fuck down. But
no, hey man.
I think it says a lot more. Kind of like why people, this is a weird comparison, but why people like Andrew Garfield Spider-Man, because he was so animated while he was behind the mask. I think you have to kind of have that. I give him the same grace and the same praise when it comes to being Skeletor, because it's not Jared Leto was handsome Skeletor and then his face melted off. No, this motherfucker is Skeletor throughout. Like he's born a skeleton, stays a skeleton.
CGI was smooth as shit.
Really good.
I kept looking at it, waiting for there to be a weird moment where he turned to the left or the right, or he gave a cackle and it looked weird, or a tooth looked like odd. That fucking CGI for that skull was polished. Like it looked really, really good.
Yep. I was actually really proud of that. I think all of the CGI throughout looked really good. Even He-Man, the transformation to get the lead into He-Man, where they kind of give him baggier clothes and they give him to kind of make him seem like this dorky, hunky dude. And then he transforms into He-Man. And I think that transformation was kind of worth it too. So you just got to give a movie a shot. If you're looking for something to get out the heat, if you're looking for something fun to watch where you don't need to use a lot of brain power, this isn't your Oscar winner. This is not the one that goes on an award-winning run. This is just a fun fucking movie to watch. And honestly, we need more of those shits because the world got me stressed the fuck out. Like, we need more fun films.
If you want an Oscar movie, if you want a movie that's going to win an award, go see The Odyssey when it comes out in July.
Right. Like, go watch Sinners again.
If you're somebody who likes movies and is just looking to get to a theater to just cut loose and unwind, this is absolutely your shit. Like this is 110% your shit. The other thing that I'll say in the last piece is that like you mentioned the transformation of He-Man. I never in a million years would have expected a movie about a guy who transforms and sheds his clothes to tell the dick joke we're all thinking. But this movie does it because at the he asks the question when he's transforming into He-Man, what happened to my clothes? Maybe they'll come back when I transform back. So that's what he says. And then the second bit is so at the end of the movie, they're all sitting around laughing like, look at us. And they're like, oh, we got a call from this sector and they need help. And he runs off because they're like, oh, does he feel like he has to transform in a different, he has to transform somewhere else? And somebody goes like, well, yeah, I guess it's just I guess he feels really exposed when he's transforming. It's essentially doing this like subtle, funny line that you wouldn't really expect from it. So I give it kudos for being, again, this is that part of like, to a kid, that's not going to land. But to an adult who brought a kid, that's going to fucking 100%.
I think it'll land with the kid too, though. I think that's why from that 9 to 13-year-old, I think that the dick jokes that they put in this, because even Skeletor makes a dick joke a little bit where he's like, you just got that long dangly sword just hanging off of you like that, and you think that you're the man. Also, side note, bad transition, but they talk about masculinity very well in this movie too. As well.
Yeah, there's a lot of masculinity talk in this movie.
And I think in a positive way, but it's nothing that's like that all the people who love to overuse the word woke would be like, that's so woke. It covers what masculinity looks, that it looks differently to everybody. And I think that's a large part of who you think He-Man is over blonde haired, blue-eyed hunk, right? And there's a lot of things that come with that, but what does it really mean, you know, on an emotional level?
It tries to give a little bit more dimension. I don't know if it's always successful in trying to give him more than one layer.
It's not the most epiphany, mind-blowing shit when it comes to masculinity.
It's clumsy, but it works and it's fun to watch.
Yeah,
like, again, the character's name is He-Man because he's really, really strong and carries a big sword.
Yeah.
But they did try to give him at least some level of layers. I also think it's hilarious that they tried to give him layers by making him work in human resources. I think that's somebody who used to have a corporate job going, yeah, fuck you. That's exactly.
There was a couple corporate jabs in there that was
like
very like they went back to the corporate office with Skeletor and revisited it, and I was like, oh yeah, somebody didn't like their job when they were working in
the fact that he was like, what is this? Like,
yeah, he said, where are you working at? It stinks in here. He's like, what's happening? Yeah. I thought that was really good. So I don't know, man. It's an enjoyable watch, and I think everybody should give it. You should give it a chance.
Just give it. Yes, agreed. Just give it a chance. Now I realize for some of you that means waiting until it comes to streaming. I'm gonna say it's fine if you get to the end of the month and you have a couple extra bucks to go see a movie in the theaters before Supergirl comes out or before Spider-Man comes out. Just do yourself a favor and go and see this because it's going to be worth it on a big screen.
I can't wait for Supergirl to come out. I gotta see.
I'm very excited about it.
I gotta put
Jason Momoa, our invitation stands. I would love to have you come on the pod and talk about Lobo and what it means to play that character and just processing that.
Millie Alcock.
Yep, Millie Alcock. Hey, WB, put us on the circuit. We'd love to have him and chat.
I would love to be on the
circuit. Put it on the circuit. But
that WB.
He would be very good at it. Me, maybe not. But no, Brian and Marcus, they would smoke the shit out of it.
We would all be great at it. Please.
We would all be great at it. Marcus, anything else that you want to chat about before we close this one out?
No, man. I think this was a good episode. It was nice and full with the double trouble.
It was a little clumsy there for a second, but hey, we got through it. That's the most important thing. You know, hey, you can't. We're not all going to be perfect.
You either love us by now. That was an accident. I did not mean to hit that right there. You either love us or you hate us by now. I don't really know what to tell you. It's either one or the other.
Well, I mean, and this is how I feel about it. Of like, you know, hey, even baseball games, the other team, you know, they give you a couple runs, right? Like even you can't throw shutout 9 innings all the time. Marcus, what do you have to plug this week, sir?
Hey man, you already know what it is. Make sure you follow the mantra: never offended, always humble. Boy, we got I gotta delete some of these banners in here because I cannot find the thing. Follow the mantra. Never offended, always humble. You already know what it is. I don't need to put it on the screen. NOAH. Go stream some music. Go stream some Soul Tie. SOULTYE. But whatever you do, make sure you follow the mantra. Never offended, always humble.
Absolutely. I want to plug the Love Nerds. So, hey, you love Brian and Maggie.
Yeah.
Maggie watches a lot of the movies with Brian. She is an absolute trooper, and she has her own website full of all of your nerdy tips, tricks, recommendations, recipes, all sorts of good things. So head over to the lovenerds.com. She also has an Etsy shop. So if you're planning a birthday party and you're like, man, my son loves space, but we don't have any of the shit to do that, she will help get you the equipment you need for that particular party. So go and check that out too. Want to plug this podcast? If you had a good time listening to us react to the Ice Cream Man, talk a little bit about the movies we watched, recommend us to a friend or family member. That is the best way to show us some love. If you're feeling generous, head over to patreon.com/films in black and white. Sign up for one of our tiers there. We would love to have you. Marcus, we have a 3-step process to success. What was that first step, man?
You want to read a book? You know what I mean? It's really good to read a book. You can get it virtually. You can get it by audio. Read a magazine. Read a comic book. Read a manga. Whatever it is you do, read a book. It's good for you and it's good for other people. The more knowledge you gain, the less dumbasses we got to deal with in the world. So read a book.
Absolutely accurate. Hey, drink some water. Hey, we've talked about the heat. We've talked about it several times. The best way to protect yourself from the heat is to drink some water. It's important. It helps treat your body right, helps flush all those bad things out, keeps the good stuff in where it needs to be. So make sure that you drink some water. Hey, we found Voss. We've tracked it down. It's not gone forever. It's just at the water it's in the water section at Walmart. So it's easier for you to treat yourself to the good water. But yeah, drink some water, man. Your body will thank you. Marcus, what do we got for that third step?
After you drink some water, guess what? You're going to have to pee. And while you pee, you might as well hop in the shower because it's right next door to each other. Or maybe not. I don't know how your bathroom is set up. But either way, go wash your ass. Okay? Wash your ass. Go get yourself some new towels. I did some spring cleaning. My apartment, I can see the floor of my apartment now. And you know what I did right after that? I took a shower because I felt like that was a great way to cap off a good spring cleaning. Okay. And so make sure you wash your ass, treat yourself to some nice soap, get the soap that works well with your body, that doesn't throw off your PI. Okay. So like, this is all stuff that's good for you, but make sure you wash your ass, man.
Absolutely. That does it for this week's episode of the podcast. We'll be back next week with another fantastic episode. The sheriff will be back in town. But in the meantime and the between time, stay safe, stay healthy. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We'll catch y'all next week.
Cardi B performed at the concert.
At the basketball game?
At the Knicks game.
Man, that game had everything. Trump, Cardi B.
That game's got a little bit of everything. A little bit of everything, boy. Good gracious.
Oh, wow. That's hilarious.